Let's go through a little wisdom. It's gonna be short because I got a currently in a trade and I gotta check my charts and stuff. So, Mishlei 12, Proverbs 12. He who loves discipline loves knowledge. He who spurns reproof is a brutish man. Now, keep in mind, y'all, we should go through the Proverbs every day, at least a chapter a day, so we know how to navigate in this Torah and with our neighbor and with our brothers, even with the stranger. A good man earns favor of Yahweh. A man of intrigues his condemnation. A man cannot be established in wickedness, but the root of the righteous will not be shaken loose. A capable wife is a crown for her husband, but an incompetent one is like rot in his bones. The purposes of the righteous are justice. The schemes of the wicked are a deceit. The words of the wicked are a deadly ambush, but the speech of the upright saves them. Overturn the wicked and they are gone, but the house of the righteous will endure. A man is commended according to his intelligence. A twisted mind is held up to contempt. Better to be lightly esteemed and have a servant than to put on airs and have no food. A righteous man knows the needs of his beast, but the compassion of the wicked is cruelty. Let me check on this trade, y'all. Make sure it's not doing nothing weird. It's still good. He who tills his land shall food in plenty, but he who pursues vanities is devoid of sense. The wicked covet the catch of evil men. The root of the righteous yields. It says fruit there in the... Sinful speech is a trap for the evil man, but the righteous escapes from trouble. A man gets his fill of good from the fruit of his speech. One is repaid in kind for one's deeds. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but the wise man accepts advice. A fool's vexation is known at once, but a clever man conceals his humiliation. He who testifies faithfully tells the truth, but a false witness deceit. There is blunt talk like sword thrusts, but the speech of the wise is healing. Truthful speech abides forever, a lying tongue for but a moment. Deceit is in the minds of those who plot evil. For those who plan good there is joy. No harm befalls the righteous, but the wicked have their fill of misfortune. Lying speech is an abomination to Yahweh, but those who act faithfully please him. A clever man conceals what he knows, but the mind of a dullard cries out folly. The hand of the diligent wields authority. The negligent are held in subjection. If there is anxiety in a man's mind, let him quash it and turn it into joy with a good word. A righteous man gives his friend direction, but the way of the wicked leads astray. A negligent man never has gained the ropes. A diligent man has precious wealth. The road of righteousness leads to life, but by way of its path there is no death. And keep monitoring this trade, y'all. Okay, they tell me to get out. A wise son, it is through the discipline of his father. A scoffer, he has never heard reproof. A man enjoys good from the fruit of his speech, but out of the throat of the treacherous comes lawlessness. He who guards his tongue preserves his life. He who opens wide his lips, it is his ruin. A lazy man craves but has nothing. The diligent shall feast on rich fare. A righteous man hates lies. The wicked man is vile and disgraceful. Righteousness protects him whose way is blameless. Wickedness subverts the sinner. One man pretends to be rich and has nothing. Another professes to be poor and has much wealth. Riches are ransom for a man's life. The poor never heard a reproof. The light of the righteous is radiant. The lamp of the wicked is extinguished. Arrogance yields nothing but strife. Wisdom belongs to those who seek advice. Wealth may dwindle to less than nothing, but he who gathers it little by little increases it. Compound, y'all. Hope deferred sickens the heart, but desire realized is a tree of life. He who disdains a precept will be injured thereby. He who respects a command will be rewarded. The instruction of a wise man is a fountain of life, enabling one to avoid deadly snares. Good sense wins favor. The way of treacherous men is unchanging. Every clever man acts knowledgeably, but a dullard exposes his stupidity. Harm befalls a wicked messenger. A faithful courier brings healing. Poverty and humiliation are for him who spurns discipline, but he who takes reproof to heart gets honor. Desire realizes sweet to the soul. To turn away from evil is abhorrent to the stupid. He who keeps company with the wise becomes wise, but he who consorts with dullards comes to grief. You are who your friends are. You become basically the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Misfortune pursues sinners, but the righteous are well rewarded. A good man has what to bequeath to his grandchildren, for the wealth of sinners is stored up for the righteous. The tillage of the poor yields much food, but substance is swept away for lack of moderation. He who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him early. The righteous man eats to his heart's content, but the belly of the wicked is empty. Boy, Proverbs has so much game, so much trading game too. It really lets you to be, teaches you to be content when you have a good trading day and not to try to do too much when you already made a good play. I've seen $300 days disappear because I wanted to do more, and I just, I've honed in on my stuff. Proverbs 14, the wisest of women builds her house, but folly tears it down with its own hands. He who maintains his integrity fears Yahweh. A man devious ways scorns him. In the mouth of the fool is a rod of haughtiness, but the lips of the wise protect them. If there are no oxen, the crib is clean, but a rich harvest comes through the strength of the ox. An honest witness will not lie. A false witness testifies lies. A scoffer seeks wisdom in vain, but knowledge comes easily to the intelligent man. Keep your distance from a dullard, for you will not learn wise speech. Man, you shouldn't be hanging with the dead, y'all, the walking dead. It is the wisdom of a clever man to understand his course, but the stupidity of the dullard is delusion. Reparations mediate between fools, but the upright goodwill. And the English in that verse don't really, it don't sound like it is a good translation from the Hebrew when I look it up. The heart alone knows its bitterness, and no outsider can share in its joy. The house of the wicked will be demolished, but the tent of the upright will flourish. A road may seem right to a man, but in the end, it is a road to death. The heart may ache even in laughter, and joy may end in grief. An unprincipled man reaps the fruits of his ways, a good man of his deeds. A simple person believes anything. A clever man ponders his course. So you got to meditate on everything, man. And pray for every decision you make and base it on Torah. A wise man is diffident and shuns evil, but a dullard rushes in confidently. Y'all can't be letting your emotions get control of y'all. You can't, better a man that can control himself, his spirit, than the king that takes a city. You're going to get messed up not being able to control yourself. That's in anything in life. Fighting, debating, any decisions, especially trading. You trade in your emotions, you revenge trade, oh yeah, you blowing your account. An impatient man commits folly. A man of intrigues will be hated. Folly is the lot of the simple, but clever men glory in knowledge. Evil men are brought low before the good. So are the wicked at the gates of the righteous. A pauper is despised even by his peers, but a rich man has many friends. He who despises his fellow is wrong. He who shows pity for the lowly is happy. Surely those who plan evil go astray, while those who plan good earn steadfast love. From all toil there is some gain, but idle chatter is pure loss, waste of time. The ornament of the wise is their wealth. The stupidity of dullers is stupidity. A truthful witness saves lives. He who testifies lies spreads deceit. Fear of Yahweh is a stronghold, a refuge for a man's children. Fear of Yahweh is a fountain of life, enabling one to avoid deadly snares. A numerous people is the glory of a king. Without a nation, a ruler is ruined. Patience results in much understanding, and impatience gets folly as its portion. Another trade in gem. A calm disposition gives bodily health. Passion is rot to the bones. Don't move off of passion, off your emotions, y'all. He who withholds what is due to the poor affronts his maker. He who shows pity for the needy honors him. That ties into the verse. I can't remember exactly what number, but lending to lending to the poor is as if you lent to Yahweh. The wicked man is felled by his own evil. The righteous man finds security in his death. Wisdom rests quietly in the mind of a prudent man, but among dullers it makes itself known. Righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach to any people. The king favors a capable servant. He rages at an incompetent one. Check on this. There we go. Caught that reverse. 15. A gentle this is one a lot of us need a reminder of, because we be ready to be at war mode when people disagree and shit. When people disagree with us, or we get offended so easily, even if it was something that's not meant to cause an offense, and it's not like blatant disrespect. A gentle response allays wrath. A harsh word provokes anger. So that goes both ways, for the recipient and the sender. The tongue of the wise produces much knowledge, but the mouth of dullers pours out folly. The eyes of Yahweh are everywhere, observing the bad and the good. A healing tongue is a tree of life, but a devious one makes for a broken spirit. Your tongue speaks life and death. The power of life and death is in your tongue. A fool spurns the discipline of his father, but one who heeds reproof becomes clever. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but in the harvest of the wicked there is trouble. The lips of the wise disseminate knowledge, not so the minds of dullards. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but the prayer of the upright please him. Hey, didn't JC get sacrificed by Romans and wicked Pharisees? So wouldn't he count as a sacrifice of the wicked? Any human sacrifice, or wouldn't he be an abomination to Yahweh? Not only that, he ain't on the menu on the Passover sacrifice. But I digress. The way of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but he loves him who pursues righteousness. Discipline seems bad to him who forsakes the way. He who spurns reproof will die. People can't listen to advice. People can't listen to reproof, correction. A fool hates reproof and correction. It goes in all forms. If you train in Muay Thai and your trainer, he's been in the game 20 years, he's been in like 100 fights, and he's telling you how to correct your mistake, and you don't listen, you're gonna get humbled real fast, being prideful. Sheol and Abaddon lie exposed to Yahweh. How much more the minds of men? The scoffer dislikes being reproved. He will not resort to the wise. A joyful heart makes a cheerful face. A sad heart makes a despondent mood. The mind of a prudent man seeks knowledge. The mouth of the dullard pursues folly. All the days of a poor man are wretched, but contentment is a feast without end. And that's what I'm saying. You gotta be happy with your portion, with your lot, what you got at the time. You know, you're not always gonna get what you want when you want it, but you gotta build and you gotta be content with the journey. Because you will mess up trying to do too much too soon and trying to, especially with trading, trying to over risk instead of compound. Yeah, that goes with everything, man. Be content, and build your way up. Better a little with fear of Yahweh than great wealth with confusion. Better a meal of vegetables where there is love than a fattened ox where there is hate. A hot-tempered man provokes a quarrel. A patient man calms strife. The way of a lazy man is like a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is paved. A wise son makes his father happy. A fool of a man humiliates his mother. Folly is joy to one devoid of sense. A prudent man walks a straight path. Plans are forward for want of counsel, but they succeed through many advisors. And y'all you need counsel around you, man. You need wise counsel. A ready response is a joy to a man, and how good is a word rightly timed. For an intelligent man, the path of life leads upward in order to avoid Sheol below. Yahweh will tear down the house of the proud, but he will establish the homestead of the widow. Evil thoughts are an abomination to Yahweh, but pleasant words are pure. He who pursues ill-gotten gain makes trouble for his household. He who spurns gifts will live long. The heart of the righteous man rehearses his answer, but the mouth of the wicked blurts out evil things. Yahweh is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Let me go back to this one, 28. You know who serves Yahweh. You know who truly serves Yahweh, and not just because they have his name in his mouth. You can tell by the way they talk to people or things they say to people, threats, death threats, threats of raping, especially, like homeboy Calvin, so-called super priest, high priest. Yeah, you can tell who really loves their brother, their neighbor, and and how they treat people. Disagreement shouldn't cause, people to act certain ways. There's a difference between blatant rebellion against Yahweh and just difference of doctrine and people just being in different understanding and they're on their walk where they are. But being blatantly wicked, you can tell that's different. They get the fire all day. Anyway, 29. Yahweh is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. What brightens the eye gladdens the heart. Good news puts fat on the bones. He whose ear heeds the discipline of life lodges among the wise. He who spurns discipline hates himself. He who heeds reproof gains understanding. The fear of Yahweh is the discipline of wisdom. Humility precedes honor. Meditate on that. Alright, so that's it for now. Gotta head back in and execute. Man, I'm trading for my life, y'all. Alright, shalom. Shalom.